Hello guys, my name is Venti and welcome to Venting Out where I'll be talking about DreamHack Las Vegas. Today, day one. Uh really hyped tournament after the major. A lot of transfer changes, or roster changes, roster transfers. A lot of really cool stuff, a lot of teams that we haven't seen before, and a few teams, well, what is there anyone else besides Fnatic? I don't know. Fnatic's back, boys, and they're in town, so I can't wait to see what they'll do. Um, so I'm really hyped for this tournament because we're gonna be seeing all these new rosters. How is North gonna work with AZ instead of Rubino? Rubino, obviously a very flexible player. He could have he was a support player. Kind of interesting to see how it will work now with Magus, Config, AZ, and then Cajun B. Like, I don't think any one of them will be a support player. Like, like for in the team, and not any one of them would want to be a support player all the time. So, kind of interesting to see how this will work out. Not saying it'll necessarily be bad. Maybe it'll work. Maybe they'll go the SK route and they'll swap up the roles round to round and like even like within the round, second to second, based on who has nades, who's in what position, etc., etc., etc. SK obviously with Phelps, that will be interesting to see. You've got phase with Jacob, Nico not gonna be on phase quite yet. Obviously, Mouseboard's gonna be without Nico, so yeah, they're going down the drain. Actually, Oscar, maybe he'll do something interesting to see. Gambit as well after the major, after the good run they had. Fnatic, I've talked about Optic with Hiko, how that will work out. Will they still be a good team? Uh, so a lot of interesting things. So let's take it match by match, and on your right you can see all the matches in order chronologically. So the first match, Australis Complexity, and here is my very in-depth analysis of this match. Australis will wreck Complexity. Match 2, North versus Optic. Now actually a serious one, one that's actually a bit more interesting and that we can go in depth on. So how I'm gonna be tackling these is if the match is a bit close, a bit closer, like interesting, and it could go either way. I'm gonna go into the map pool for a match like Complexity Australis, which we all know what's gonna happen. Uh, I'm not gonna go in depth as much into looking at map pools, etc. I'm actually not gonna go in depth at all. I'm just gonna, you know, state the obvious. And obviously, this is a quite how should I say? This match is a really, really, really squash match. Like one team won the major, the other one couldn't get through NAFPL. Not FPL, sorry, NA ESL Pro League, EPL. So quite an extremity there, but a match like Navi Mousesports, that's a bit closer, but still, I'm not gonna look into it as much because I am pretty sure Navi will get through Mousesports. Uh, anyways, let's get on with Northern Optic. So what I'm gonna get up here now is I'll just close the matches for now, and this is my prediction of the Vita and how it will go, and I uh that's how I think it will go. So I think Optic definitely ban Mirage is their insta ban. Actually, let me just get this up quickly. Give me a second or two. Uh, like this. Um, so we're looking for North and Optic. Alright, just give me a second. I want to confirm that I'm right with this. I don't want to mess something up. So, I just need a few seconds. Alright, there we go. Alright, so, yeah, Mirage being the insta-ban for Optic. I'd imagine North will go for train ban. Pretty good map for FaZe. For Optic, sorry. For FaZe as well. For Optic. Uh, and it's a map that Dignitas don't play too much. So, uh, easy one there. So now on the Optic side again, the second ban will be Nuke. Uh, North are good on Nuke. Actually, this is worth pointing out before I start going in depth on the vetoes. North have really, really bad statistics on their maps on HOTV. Actually, if I just move this up quickly, uh, can I not move it up when I'm broadcasting? No. Alright, there we go. If I just move this up like here for now, let me just get up my North here, their stats. So what I've had to do for North is I've had to combine their statistics with their Dignitas days. So that's why you will see that I've written over some of them because essentially I've gotten Dignitas statistics and I've just added the ones from the major that North played in because the organization of North's only played in the major. So yeah, that's what the little scratched off things are like. Um, let's see right here, I scratched off the percentage. Here you can see the numbers are bigger. That's what it is. So as you can see, a lot of red for North. Only Mirage and Overpass, the green maps, in green. So I wanted to point out that on Cobblestone, for example, they are 1 in 3. That seems terrible, and it seems like it's a bad map for them. But it's actually not. It's actually a pretty good map for them. And the reason they have a low record is because since they are a really good team on it, only good teams will play them on that map. So see a team like if Astralis, for example, decided to play Cobblestone, uh they'd have now how do I put okay, so North is good on Cobblestone, right? So most teams that are bad on Cobblestone, like Astralis, will ban Cobblestone instantly because bad, good, let's just get rid of it, right? But if it's a good team that's playing Cobblestone, so VP for example in the major, where North nearly beat them, that even if they lose, that doesn't mean that they're bad on the map. That just means that they're not the best of in the world on the map. VP is just better on them, but they are still better than most teams. So a team like in this case Optic, who are not that big on Cobblestone, might decide to ban it against them because they're scared, and rightfully so they should. Same goes for Nuke. I've Okay, they lost 16-3 to MVS. When was that actually? Like that's a bit weird. I still think that they're a quality team on Nuke though because they do have the foundation of MSL. And a lot of other teams are also not that good on the map. Although we're getting a lot more teams starting to play it, willing to play it. Uh, so these statistics are a bit misleading. In my opinion, Cobblestone's a good map for North. So is Mirage. So is Overpass, obviously, and so is Nuke is a decent map, a middling map. A bit. So also let's consider that there's no Dust 2 here. There's actually Inferno in DreamHack. So that's a good thing because they're not much of a Dust 2 team. Uh, right. So let's get back to the bans here. We've got obviously the insta ban from Uptick. We've got Train from North, kind of their perma ban, but not really. They don't always ban it. Then Optic ban Nuke for the reason mentioned above. Just because although I think North are a better Cobble team than they are a Nuke team, Optic is a worse Nuke team than they are a Cobble team. So it's like you could go for either one. It would make sense, but like I mean, the order doesn't really matter, does it? Because like you're just gonna get to ban 3 maps anyways. So as the second ban, in my opinion, between Nuke and Cobble, I think they'll go for Nuke because they're not as comfortable in it. Uh, North second ban will probably be Cash because it's All right, so if we look at their weak maps, Train they've banned. Uh, Nuke has been banned by their opponents. Mirage has been banned as well. So they've got between Cobble and Inferno, effectively. And what I think they'll do is they'll realize, let's just go for Cobblestone and maybe our opponents get scared and they ban Inferno instead of us, and they do us a favor. So if they were to go for that, I don't think Optic would go for it. And even if they don't ban Inferno, then Optic, then North at the end still have another chance to ban it. So it's just leaving it till last, see if their opponents will ban it. I think Optic nonetheless will go for a Cobble ban because it's not the best map for them. Let me get up uh Optic here and zoom in a bit. Right, okay, like this. So yeah, as you can see, this is Optic here. So like I was supposed to get the name tag in as well at the bottom, but it's a bit hard with uh that little space to work with. Anyway, so let's go back to North. What was I looking at? Um, right, Cobblestone for Optic. Let's see, Cobblestone is here. Yeah, it's a middling map for them. It's like a 50-50. Uh, though they have changed IGL, so I don't know. Maybe they decide to drop a tactical map and or like cover pass or train for a more puggy map. Like maybe they. I think they'll play a lot of cash. They'll be what's the opposite of what's the opposite of reluctant? They'll be willing to play cash. Um, new cobble middling maps. So yeah, I think they'll go for the cobble ban over Inferno because they've coming into this, you've got to think that they're the underdog because who is the underdog in this match? I don't know. I think it's like a 55, 45, 60, 40 to sorry about that to North. Ooh, what happened there? My is my camera okay? Okay, should be good now. It's like a 60-40 to North since they made the playoffs. Uh, and since they didn't change IGL, like they've still got MSL, they've still got a lot of foundation to work with. On the other hand, though, Stanislaw, oh god, that's gonna be kind of hard to adapt to. Okay, so I think they'll go for Cobble. Then I think North between Overpass and Inferno, any day North will take Overpass. They feel comfortable in it. Inferno, you don't know what to expect from Inferno. It's like if you're again going back to the underdog argument. If you're playing the underdog, you want to play on maps that you're comfortable on because you know you can beat them because you feel confident. So I think that North will look at themselves as the overdog and look at Optic as the underdog. So I think they'll go for Inferno ban and we'll end up on Overpulse. I'm pretty sure about that, and I'm pretty confident that's how they'll go. Um, all right, going into the next match, let's get them up again. Matches. Let me move it uh, to the top. There we go. Next match will be Virtus.pro Misfits. Virtus.pro DNA Crushers. No way they're losing to Misfits. Quite a new team. Virtus.pro major finalists. Not happening, mate. Virtus.pro gonna win this. Now Fnatic Gambit. Okay, let's look into that one. And that is one of the most peculiar matches in the whole tournament. Well, not in the whole tournament, but in day one. Uh, so let's head the matches. Let's head North Optic. What's this? My screen. Okay. Let's put up Fnatic Gambit. So let's move it up again. Probably should have thought of that before I started the video to move them all up because my monitor's on the bottom. Oh well. Actually, if I move my monitor, wouldn't it be much easier? Because then I don't have to move every single individual one. Right, there we go. Right, so that's Renegades. We don't want Renegade. Cloud9 phase. Oh, the hell? Alright, Gambit. Here we go. That's the map pool. Gambit, one of the few teams actually that doesn't have a perma ban that's played a lot of the maps along with North as well. They have. Um, kind of interesting. Uh, no, Gambit are a very polarizing team. As you can see, they've got a really good record on new Cobble and Overpass, but then a really bad record on everything else. And Dust2 is like in the middle. That's like the classic. That's like the classic split. 0, 0, 0, 100, 100, 150. It's like the average your average map pool, like the maps that you're very likely to win, then like the map that you're iffy on, and then like the three maps that you're bad on. Or like for other teams it would be 100, 100, 50, 50, 50, 0, 0. Like a bit more spread out. Anyways, we're probably gonna end up on those two because I think Fnatic, as you can see in the comments there, uh, now first of all, I think I've touched on that, but this is not definitive at all. This veto is not definitive, and I don't know how this will go. I'm very much guessing, and I'm not confident in what I'm saying because this is the first time since July, since C League Season 1 that we've seen this lineup play. Um, and plus, it's like they've been split up for so long. You don't know if they'll keep the same map or if you don't know if they have the same tendencies, etc. So, um, a lot of unexpected things. But I'm gonna go off roughly I'm gonna go roughly off of the roadmap pool and what they would ban against their opponents because uh, the way I look at it, what Fnatic are thinking to themselves is we're a really good team and we have the skills to beat anyone. So rather than trying to make strats and work on maps, we're just gonna work on everything. We're gonna work on our skill and hone our skill and just use it on every single map to the best we can, to the best of our ability to win the games through Fnatic shenanigans. Uh, so with this playstyle where you can play any map since you're so skillful, what you do is you ban to your opponent. So that's what I think they'll do. Um, right. So going into the first ban, Fnatic ban Nuke. This is one of the maps I think Fnatic is kind of will be reluctant to play because Fnatic is one of those teams that is just a bit reluctant to change. They just feel like they're a bit like it feels to them like a gimmicky map. It feels to them like a map where they can get surprised by their opponent with executes. And I feel like to Fnatic executes are just like a cheap way of taking rounds. Like that's how I feel. They look at the game like they they feel like taking map control and making mid round calls is the proper way to play CS, and like executes are just like a cheap way of getting rounds. And like Nuke is one of those maps where they can get surprised with an execute, where they can get surprised with a gimmicky strat. So I think they'll go for the Nuke ban definitely. Plus it's a good map for Gambit. Uh, so then Gambit will probably ban Cash because it's a puggy map. Foreign made a video. He said that it's the only puggy map left. I don't really agree, to be honest. I think Cobblestone's pretty puggy as well. Um, But yeah, it's the puggier of the two, if I can say it that way. It sounds a bit weird, but uh, so yeah, I think it'll be a cash ban. Then Fnatic, their second ban will be Overpass because uh, it's a slow map. It's a very tactical map, and you can get outplayed. And Gambit are good at that. Zeus is good at playing the long what's it like the long game, the long game. Playing down to the last minute, playing down the clock. So I think they're gonna go for the overpass ban. Plus, it wasn't a very strong map for Fnatic back in their days, and Cash was. That's why I think Gambit will ban it. And Nuke obviously wasn't in the map pool when they played, or actually it was, but like very briefly, and I don't think they played it all that much. Um, Alright, so going into Gambit's second ban, I think they'll ban Mirage because Mirage is one of those. It's well, first of all, it's bad for them. Second of all, it's a good map for Fnatic. It's actually I just realized you've been looking at the Gambit map pool for a while. Let me just get up the Fnatic one in case you're interested to see it. Let me just do that while I'm blabbing on. I mean, I don't think I'll be referring to it. Where's Fnatic? What? What's that called? Oh, right. Okay, so that's a bit awkward. I don't have Fnatic's one because, well, they haven't played any matches with that lineup in the near future, in the near past. So yeah, I don't have them Apple. So Gambit should do good enough for you. So yeah, the second ban will be Mirage. Gambit second ban will be Mirage because it's a good map for Fnatic, and it's a map where it's really based off mid round calls, and it is on the scale from like tactical to puggy. I think it is like towards puggy, like a bit off of the middle. Uh, if you know what I mean. So I think Gambit will ban it, although, and it is a bad map for them as well. So that's that. So then Fnatic's last ban is between let's see, Inferno, Cobblestone, and Train. So yeah, I think they'll go for the. That's actually a bit of a weird one because you would expect them to be good on Cobblestone because it is a puggy map, or on towards like the puggier maps. It's like one of the puggier maps. And Train is a more tactical map. But then again, Flush NJW squad, as you can see here, beat them 8-16 on it. So uh, maybe they feel confident, and that's what I'm thinking. Because it's also not a very strong map for. Uh, but then why would they? Yeah, Train is not a very strong map for Gambit, so they might as well just leave it in there and see if Gambit there to pick it. Um, Obviously Zeus's Navi used to be really good on Train, even in 1.6. They were pretty good on Train from what I've heard. I didn't watch in 1.6, so it's based on what I've heard. Um, so you'd think they're good on it, but the statistics say otherwise. So it could go either way here. I think it could go to Train, or it could go to Inferno even, if Fnatic feel like, oh yeah, it's very new, we haven't played it, but I don't think so. I think they'll actually go for. I think they wouldn't mind playing Inferno. So I think they'll go for the Cobble Ban because it's so good for Gambit. Uh, so then Gambit between Inferno and Train, I think they'll go for Inferno because well, Train is not a very good map for them, but they could go for Train then again because if if Zeus feels confident on Train, and if Zeus feels like he should be good on it, and he has the tactics, then he might pick it against Fnatic, knowing that they'll be a bit puggier. So it could go either way here. So in my opinion, it's between. It could be. I think it's most likely gonna be Inferno. Then next in order will be Train, then Cobblestone. So that's how I think it will go. And by the way, I forgot to do something. I gave you the vetoes, but I didn't say who would win out of Northern Optic. So out of Northern Optic, considering that they'll probably be playing on Overpass, was it? Uh, let's see. Yes, Overpass. On Overpass, it's a good map for both teams. I think North will get it, because they've got a tactician. They've got MSL. Who's a dedicated in-game leader, and he knows his players. He's played with every single one of the players on his team before in other tournaments. Optic has, so um, yeah, I think North will take it. Alright, so let's get back to this one. So I think he'll end up on Inferno. If it's Inferno, I can see Fnatic winning it. If it's Cobblestone, then I think it will be slightly favored to Gambit. And if it's Train, again, I think it'll be slightly favored to Gambit. Uh, but you couldn't know. You don't know what Fnatic will show up. If the Fnatic from uh Katowice and before shows up, yeah, then bye bye. If they're not, if it's their first tournament back and they don't feel as, I just realized, why did I remove this? My Twitter freaking icon at the bottom left. If Fnatic is feeling like the old the if Fnatic is feeling a bit sketchy and it's their first tournament, they might very well flop a bit. So it could go either way. Right, next match is SK Tyloo. I think this one will be convincing win for SK. Tyloo are known for anti-stratting teams, but I think SK've played them enough and have let's just say that they've made big mistakes against Tyloo in tournaments right after the major before. So, but I don't think it will happen again because I think this new lineup of SK, even if they do get anti-stratted, it just has so much skill with Phelps, with coldzera, with Fur, with Fallen that I don't think it will matter that much. I think they'll just wipe them out. Right, Nib versus Cloud9. Again, this one's a close one. Uh, two very bad teams, two teams that didn't make the major at all, playing against each other. So could go either way. I'm just kidding. Uh, I think uh, Nib deserved to be in the major, and so did Cloud9. Instead of like a Mousesports or a Liquid or a Hellraisers. Um, in hindsight, obviously, uh, Hellraisers obviously deserve their spot. So this is Nib's map pool, by the way. So I'm gonna leave it here, and I'm gonna switch to Cloud9's one in a second. So let me just get up C9 Nib veto. Right, here we go. This is the veto I think will happen. Nib bans Mirage, they're insta ban. As you can see, it's not anywhere here. Second Cloud9, they'll ban Nuke, they're insta ban. If I can get up Cloud9, I can show you that they haven't played Nuke a single time. So that's their insta ban. I think that's what they'll go for. Then back to Nip. I think they'll go for the train ban because obviously not a very good map for them, as you can see by their win rate. They've beaten Cloud9 on it before, but they lost 16-2 to Astralis. I don't think they'll risk it. 16-14 to Cloud9 is not very convincing. So I think they'll go for the ban for it on it. Um, I mean, what else would they ban? They've got an extra ban, so if they were to ban Train, then they have another ban for Overpass. So excluding these two maps, like what would they ban? Like Cash maybe, but they don't want to leave themselves vulnerable to Train or Overpass because they're not that good on it. Plus Nip is good on Cash, despite what this might say here. Um, yeah, I think they'll go for the Train ban because it's pretty bad for them. If we look at Cloud9, Train is decent. It's one of their better maps. It's actually their best rated map. Wow, this is depressing, man. Cloud9, what's happened to you, man? Not very good. Not very good numbers for them. Uh, yes, I think they'll go for the Train ban. Then Cloud. Actually, I shouldn't have closed that. Cloud9's ban now. Their second ban will probably be Cobblestone. Pretty good map for Nip historically. They're the ones that made that trap with the smokes, and middling map for Cloud9. So um yeah, Mirage has been banned by Nip. Dust 2 is not in the map pool anymore. So like actually Nip could go. No, the reason why Nip will not go for an Inferno ban. Actually, I'm having second thoughts now. Cloud9 has shown that they can do some things on Overpass. Against Na'Vi, for example, in E-League Season 1, obviously, long time ago, obviously, different lineup. But they've shown that they're pretty good on it. They're pretty decent on it. Uh, so I think Nip will want to ban Overpass. And Train obviously is a bad map for Nip as well. So they want to get these two out of the way, and they don't care if it's Inferno. They don't care if it goes to Inferno. They are gambling that Cloud9 will buy Inferno. Although Nip are not the underdogs in this match, Cloud9 are, they are going to give Cloud9 the opportunity to play on Inferno since because they've got two very weak maps that Cloud9 could exploit, and they don't want to risk it. So that's what I think will happen. They'll leave Inferno in there. Plus, I don't think, or Nip, if I was in Nip's place, I don't think that Cloud9, given that they have an option between Dust 2 and Cash, um, sorry, Inferno and Cash, which, so let's assume Inferno is 50-50, right? Because we don't know how both teams will play it. So let's call it a 50-50. Cash for Nip is a 50% win, so it's like a middling map, and for C9 Cash is also like a 1 in 2, um, not a very good map. So I think that Cloud9, I think if I was Nip, I'd be thinking Cloud9 might as well ban Inferno because they at least they know Cash, at least they know what they're getting into. Uh and obviously Cloud9 have been reluctant to play Nuke, so they're not one of those teams like Virtus.pro, like North, who will get into these new maps instantly. They'll just like delay and delay and delay and play them and not ban them until they have to play them. I just feel like they are one of those teams, much like Fnatic, for example, old Fnatic classically. Um, yeah, so I think Cloud9 will ban. So I think Nip will gamble it and ban Overpass, the weak map. Then Cloud9 will probably ban Inferno because, for the reason I just said, they're reluctant to play new maps. And we're gonna be left with Cash. If it's Cash, then I think Nip will win. Um, Alright, going into the next match, we have FaZe and Renegades, and that's a match that I decided to look into just to see how the map pools are. I think FaZe will win it, most likely, but there is upset potential from Renegades, so I wanted to see how the map pools play out and how they compare. Uh, so why did I move it? FaZe Renegades. Why is it up there? Right, there we go. Let's hide this one. Alright, so let's find FaZe. Here they are. And Renegades. Obviously, Renegades' stats, they might look a bit good, but they haven't played against any good teams. So, might be a bit misleading, just a warning. Right, so, for just looking at it briefly. Guys, I'm sorry. For FaZe, Mirage, Nuke, Train have been their good maps, the ones they've been strong on. And if we look at Renegades, for them, it's Cash, Mirage, and Cobblestone that are one of their better maps. And I'm solely going off of stats for Renegade, so I don't know all that much about them because I haven't been following them as much. So for them, it's Cash, Mirage, Cobble. Let's compare that to FaZe. Uh, Mirage is a good map for both teams, and Cobble is their instaban. So FaZe's instaban is Cobble, Renegades' instaban is Overpass, and Overpass is a good map for FaZe. Oh no, it's not. It's not. Okay, so that means that FaZe has the advantage in terms of the instaban because their instaban is a good map for Renegades, but Renegades' instaban is not all that good. Well, I mean, if you can call it good, 50%. And Renegades' instaban, which is Overpass, is not all that good for. Well, it is. It's just that this says here that the stats are not very good for it. They're much better on the other three maps, in my opinion. Um, Actually, Overpass and Train are around the same, I think. But I'd take Train over Overpass. So that means that There's no overpass and there's no. Oh, what happened to the camera? No. Oh, fine. Let me turn it off. Hate it when this happens. I don't know what happens. I need a new webcam. Okay. So yeah, overpass gets banned. So yeah, so let's look at the vetoes. Yeah, Renegades ban overpass, FaZe ban Cobble, the rest of bans. Then Nuke gets banned by FaZe because what have I done? Why have I why would they ban Nuke? What? Did I get it the wrong way around? Okay, let me look at this because there's something wrong. Okay, so Inferno seems reasonable, but why would they ban? All right, you know what? Screw this thing here. FaZe Renegade. Screw this. We'll just take my screen, enlarge it a bit so you can see better, and we're gonna be looking at both of these. So like this. All right. So I've split the screens here like this. Like this, you can see properly. Okay. So right, insta bans for both teams. Uh, we've got cobblestone. Sorry, overpass out, and we've got uh cob cobblestone out. So overpass and cobblestone are out. So this map here is out. So it's between all of these maps. Then I think let's see. So FaZe have a good win rate on these three. They have a bad win rate on Dust 2 and Cash. Dust 2 and Cash, how are they for Renegades? Dust 2 is bad, Cash is good. So I think they'll ban Cash then because they don't want to give Renegades any chances. So that's their second ban. And now Renegades, when they're banning, they want to ban a good map for uh FaZe. So they're gonna ban one of these three. Probably one of these two, Nuke or Mirage. Nuke, Mirage. Okay, so I think Renegades will ban Nuke. So far, we have Dust 2, Mirage, and Train, and it's one ban per team right now. So I think it's FaZe's turn now. So I think FaZe just goes for the Dust 2 ban. We're left with Mirage and Train. Renegades to pick out of Mirage and Train. Uh, and I think they ban Train because they're 0 and 1 and they've lost to FaZe before. So I think he'll end up on Mirage. Is that what I have in my prediction? Uh, Yeah, okay, so that's what I have. So I probably made a mistake, put it on the wrong side, put one of the bands on the wrong side. So if it's on Mirage, I give it to FaZe. Alright, got that cleared up. Sorry about that. Everything's going wrong. So finally, the last two matches are a bit easier, as far as I remember. Let's see. The next two matches. Oh, the last one match. Sorry, the last match is Navi Mousesports. I think Navi will win this. Because they're just so much more skillful, and Mousesports don't have Nico. Mousesports only have Oscar, and I think Navi have a lot more talent and even a better map pool with just two going out. Although it's gonna affect Navi badly as well. But Mousesports is gonna be really bad because they don't have just two. They don't have Nico, the two best things going for them. So I think it'll be a good win for Navi. They've been dominating online as well. So yeah. Anyways, guys, see you guys next time. Sorry for everything that went wrong, and I'm sorry for everything that went wrong. So see you guys next time. See you guys in the next video. Uh, my name is NC, and bye bye.